Hi everyone, welcome back to lecture 82, and this is going to be a little bit of long video, long duration video, and we'll see how we can inherit the code. There are two methods as I've already told in previous video, and so let's get started with this video right away. Okay, so in the previous video we had this code for a class reservoir, and we had created this code for class tight reservoir, right? We just added this stimul attribute and its instance variable in the tight reservoir class. I've told you that we'll do it by inheritance. So let us just execute this class reservoir again. There is no need of this one, but I have just written it down here just for your just that it should be in your front of your eyes. So let's shorten this code using the inheritance method. What we'll do is we'll go to method 1. What method 1 does is just ignore this, or you can read this, okay, but I have just written it for my remembrance. So what you can do is you write this way: class, you write the name of class you want to create, means your child class, that is child class or derived class. So my child class is nothing but tight reservoir, right? And inside this, after this, you in brackets you write the name of your parent class which you want to inherit. So my parent class is nothing but reservoir. Great. Now after this, what you do is you define as it is the init function, init method, then you write self, then you write all the attributes whatever are there, whatever you will you need in your child reservoir. So my parents reservoir I need is, I'll just copy these from here. These were right, these all were the attributes I needed for the my tight reservoir. Then after that, you write a statement. What you write is you write the name of your parent class reservoir dot, then init, then inside this brackets, what you write, out of all these parameters, whatever you have in your class reservoir. So I have these all thing, I have all these thing in my class reservoir, right, including self. So I'll just copy them here, right? So this is how you do it. Now no need of colon here. Then you just simply, now there is no need to define all the instance variables again. You just define your new instance variable. So my new instance variable will be self dot stimulation method. So stimulation, and I'll just stimul, right? So all the methods have already been inherited in my class, and all the instance variables are also inherited. So now if I just execute this cell, and now if I create my object, let's say res underscore a here, and this time my tight reservoir, and what it takes is average porosity, let's say 0.10 again. I'll say now 11 millidarcy. Location, this time I say it's Assam, and after that stimul method also, right? So hydraulic fracturing. Great. Now if I want to see, if I run res underscore a dot, if I go for porosity, okay, reservoir, but it is showing me the error that no reservoir is not defined. Where I have made the mistake is okay, here, this one. Now if I run this, you see, so even if I haven't described the instance variable for porosity here, it has just taken it, has just derived it from this parent class. You can see self.porosity will give me the average porosity. If I want the location, I can simply write the self.location, although I haven't included any instance variable of location here. So if I want to see the location, I'll simply change it to location, and see it gives me the location. This is okay, this is good, this is working fine for my instance variables. Let's see if all the methods have been derived or not, have been inherited or not. So my methods were situated, right? This was one of my method. Yes, it is giving me fine results. And one other method was describe, right? Yes, so it is also, so it is giving me a perfect result. And see the amount of code here, we have just written it in 4 lines, right? And here it was, see how much of lines. So how inheritance has helped us to cut down the length of our code. This is how inheritance helps. Now there's a second method. If you can, once again, if you want to read it, you read it, or you can ignore it. Now let's go on to the second method. Now in second method, I'll do the same thing. There's a slight change, but I'll write down what the slight change is. You write class, you write the name of your child class, that is again type reservoir, right? And you write your parent class, that is reservoir. Then you write define dot underscore underscore init underscore underscore all the variables you want to write. So these were all the parameters, right? These are all the parameters. And then now then this is same as of the above method, these 2 lines. But next line in the above method was this line, right? I'll copy this. Next line is this one, but we don't require this line. Instead of this line, I've just commented it out. Instead of this line, we'll use super function here. Super underscore dot, then you write init, sorry, underscore underscore, then init underscore underscore. Now here you'll write all the attributes of your parent class, but now here all the attributes of my parent class were this one, right? I'll just copy that. But because we are using the super function, we'll just eliminate the self. It will automatically consider self by itself. We just don't need to write self here. You just write the main attributes here, right? Now you are good to go. Now again the same thing. What was that? You describe your new instance variable for your new class, that is child class. Now my new instance variable will be self dot stimulation, right? And it will be stimul. Great. Now sorry, stimul. Now if I see, now this tight reservoir, my tight reservoir class has been updated. What is the problem? Okay, I have forgot to include the colon here. Again there's a problem. What is the problem? Yes, okay. I have I haven't given the space of tab here, right? I forgot to give the space of tab after my defining the method. Yes, now it will run fine. Now my previous tight reservoir has been updated using this method. Now if I create another reservoir C, let's say, and my tight reservoir, and it has the average porosity of 0.12 and 9 millidarcy is the permeability. Then the location is, let's say this time it is Rajasthan, and sorry, after that the stimulation is again by HF, I'll say. Okay, now if I see if I want to, if it is working fine, I just use the method to see if it's working fine. Average perm. Okay, sorry, another mistake. Now if I run that, you see it is working fine. Similarly, I can use any method, it will work fine. So here in this method we have used the super method. Now one more thing, let's say I want to create a new method for my child class only, that will be applicable for only my child class. So what you can do is, you can simply just, first of all, you exit this define init method. Then here simply way, if you define how you define any method inside any class, simply you can say, so define, let's say stim method is my functions method's name. It takes the self, and then after that what it returned to me is that stimulation method for this reservoir is, that is self dot stimulation, right? Now if I want to see if this works for me, so I'll just write stim method, and if I see this, so see, it is working fine, it is working very great. Now but one thing, now let's say I create another object here of my class reservoir class, right, my parent class. Let's say it has all the same attributes, no, not same, I'll just change them. It is, again, this is now a sum, right? Now my reservoir class doesn't take more than 3 attributes, so I'll just use these one. Now if I want to see that if my this stimulation method function method works for my reservoir D or not, so if I do dot stim method, so this will give me error because reservoir object has no attribute stim method. This means that now we have included this stimulation method, this method only for our class tight reservoir, right? The reservoir class had only two methods, that was describe and reservoir, sorry, describe and situated, and our class tight reservoir has inherited all those methods, and apart from those methods, those two methods, what we have done is we have created another method for our tight reservoir class only, so it will be applicable only to this class. So these are most common two methods which we see in the formation of an inheritance of code. So in next video, yes, this is all about today's video, guys, and I'll see you in the next videos, next lecture, that is lecture number 83. Thank you for joining. Thank you.